to his total.
He wants some separation from spot 1 and 2 in that sack category.
The score, Raiders 3.
That drive took him inside the 10. Good job defensively to hold him to 3.
Yeah, I like how you did that. Give a little tip of the cap to the stop troops there because they didn't give up a touchdown in that situation, right? Made them kick the field goal. And, yeah, points went against them, but that feels a whole lot better running off the field.
Here comes the field general leading his offense back out there for the next possession. And he comes out on the heels of an interception he threw last time they had the ball.
Yeah, and, you know, the quarterbacks that I know that are the best ones, the ones that really know how to lead their team, they tell them, that's on me. That's my bad. But let's go back out there and move ahead again, guys. We can get this done.
One good thing for him, it did only lead to 3 points and not a touchdown after that turnover.
Big thanks to the defense.
Now a handoff here to his running back. And they're able to get this one across the 35. 11 yards there, first down. He was well over 100 yards last week. He told us this week, a little ambitious, that he wants to hit that 200 mark. We'll see.
Makes sense, though, doesn't it? Have we ever run into a running back that had a great game the week before that didn't think that's just going to naturally continue? Just make sure you feed me the football. And that's where they're all...
And that's caught inside the 30. And all the way down to the 24-yard line.
For a Miami Dolphins.
So the big play gets him all the way down to the outskirts of the red zone here for 1st and 10. Looking to throw. He'll have a first down inside the 10. Another big hitter there. This one good for 18. 2 big plays in succession. Not sure this D knows what hit him, but now they got to get ready. It's 1st and goal. Looking end zone, but it's incomplete. The intended receiver was DK Metcalf, but it'll be 2nd and goal.
As a defensive back, you have some weapons at your disposal that we don't often talk about, and you can read the receiver's eyes, you can read his hands, and you know that the arrival of the ball is imminent, and that allows you to make a play on it, and oftentimes knock it away.
And that'll get him halfway there as he takes it from the 6 to the 3-yard line. The quick slant caught.
The pass.
Well, we hear so often how tackling has become almost a lost art in the NFL game, but it's so important to tackle well on these receivers, especially in a play like this one. 3rd down, they gave him the underneath stuff. You got to go up and make the tackle right away.
Here we go on 4th down. And he takes it into the end zone for the Dolphin touchdown. A great play there. His 9th touchdown of the season. And the Dolphins have taken the lead. Well, there was no secret there. They were in goal line formation. They wanted to pound it in on 4th and goal, and they did just that.
And how about the challenge? That's a challenge to the offensive line, which they eagerly accept. I haven't met a lineman yet that doesn't want to run the ball more than throw it because they get to fire out and really smack someone. And, boy, they got it done. I'm sure they were encouraging them on the sideline. Let's go. And let's run the ball as well. And they put it in for 6.
And it's up and good. So that one an 8-play drive. It spans 75 yards. And it ends with a touchdown for the Dolphins.
Butker is set to kick.
Now after the touchdown, here's Butker on to kick it away. Fielded a couple yards into the end zone. And it's a pretty good return here as he'll get this up to the 29.
At their own 29-yard line.
Here's Las Vegas ready to take the field. And, Charles, if the season ended today, and it's not going to, we still have December left.
More football.
We're only in November. But they would be a wild card team. And that's great. They'd be in the playoffs, but you know they're trying to bump up to be one of those division leaders.
That guarantees you at least one home game in the playoffs, and that's what you're really seeking. But there also isn't much margin for error for this team, right? Because right where they're sitting, a 2-game losing streak could have them out of the playoffs, so they've got to make sure they continue to keep the momentum going.
Absolutely. There's some sharks smelling blood in the water behind them. And they've got it well across midfield down to the 40 before it's all said and done. That'll go as a pickup of 32 on the catch and run. So the big play moves him all the way across midfield to the 40 now for 1st and 10. And he'll lose lose yardage here, back at the 41. He was unable to shake free there, and they'll cover him for a loss of a yard.
This defense is a difficult one to prepare for, one of the best in the league. They'll come at you from all angles, and they did a nice job there stopping him for a loss.
Here's the option. And little room to maneuver there. He gets it down to about the 39. Only a yard there on the keeper, and that's going to leave him with a third down. Third down. Out of the gun, they'll look to throw. Going to throw right side here, complete. And they'll get him down at the 34, and he's going to be short of the first by a few yards. Just a 5-yard pickup, and it leads to fourth down.
5-yard pickup. It's now
after 7-3 the score on EA Sports.
Jason Sanders on for the field goal. A 51-yard attempt.
The kick by Sanders is good. And they'll get it back within a point at 7-6.
Dolphins 7, Raiders 6.
These kickers now, it used to be that a 50-plus yarder was cause for celebration. Now, seemingly automatic.
Yeah, isn't it funny when we prepare for a game, when you look at the backgrounds of these kickers, it's interesting, isn't it, to find out they were all-state quarterbacks, receivers, defensive backs, all-state wrestlers, right? Baseball players. We're finding athletes all along, and now they're just specialists putting it through the posts.
First and 10.
So now the Dolphins set to take over on offense. They've got the lead yet again in this ball game with their winning streak right. Now sitting at 10. And they'll come out with a 3 tight end look on the first play of the drive. And he'll give it here to his running back. And he gets this one just shy of the 40, down at the 39. First play of the drive going for 14 and also going for a first down. That run's successful in large part because they had a lot of extra help blocking up front.
Yeah, you've got guys who can do that very, very well. In addition, they can catch the football. So sometimes when they line up with 3 tight ends, it's not necessarily to run it, and that gives you an advantage when you do decide to barrel off the line of scrimmage and block people downfield.
So the contact came before the ball got there, and the flag is thrown.
Timing is everything, isn't it? And it's so hard to cover these great receivers. They have such great body control, and they can fake you out. In this case, as you described, got there before the ball got to the receiver. Penalty flag had to come out.
Now a stoppage here as it looks like we've got a Dolphin shaking up on the play. The last run got 6, now 2nd and 4. We'll get an update when we come back to Miami. Flushed out right, and now he's going to use his legs. And able to get this down inside the 15, either the 13 or 14 before he's out of bounds. A good decision in the end to pull it and run, get some 9 yards and a first. Here's a 1st and 10 at the 14-yard line. Going to give this time to the tailback. And he'll get this one down to about the 10-yard line. Give him 3 on first down. It'll set up a 2nd and 7.
A 3-yard pickup brings up 2nd and 7.
Now they'll switch it up here and look to throw. Escaping the pressure right. That's complete right around the 8. And he's able to work it here to the 8-yard line. Only 3 yards on the catch. It's 3rd down. Now a shotgun snap as they'll look to throw. Buying time to his left. And he will take it in for a Dolphins touchdown. An 8-yard touchdown run. And the Dolphins are able to extend that advantage. Not the first time on this drive we saw him take matters into his own hands, and this time he finishes things off with a touchdown run.
You're not going to be happy with me, but I think he took matters into his own feet, didn't he?
No. Davis from the top rope. I like it.
Harrison.
Now after the touchdown, here. This taken in about 4 yards deep. And no effort to bring this one out. It's a touchback.
At their own 25-yard.
The Vegas offense ready for their next possession. They've been settling quite a bit. They've been able to move the football some, but they've just been settling. That's one of the reasons they're down on the scoreboard.
I love that word you picked, settling, because nowadays in this NFL, you're thinking touchdown almost every drive because everything's so high-powered. Yeah, you'll take the field goal, but you always feel like you're leaving points out there when you don't put it in the end zone.
They'll be trying to put it in the end zone here on this drive. Now, first down run with Jacobs going to be well-read defensively as they'll stop him for a loss of a couple.
Jacobs, the ball.
I have a feeling they'll stay committed to running the football, especially on their early downs. They just haven't had a whole lot of success just yet.
Brings up second.
First play of the drive goes the wrong way. Here's 2nd and 12. Here's Jacobs from the gun. After getting stuffed on first down, not much better there. 2-yard gain. The Raiders on 3rd down. 0 for 3 to this point. They could use a conversion. This is 3rd and 10. And the Dolphins rush gets home. Down he goes. Ed Oliver drops him for a loss of 14 yards, and it also brings up 4th down.
That's 3 sacks now, and that's not much of a surprise to me, nor should it be to you. This team, they lead the league in sacks.
Yeah, they do. This is something that we are starting to witness time and time again. Here's the Raiders punter now. As the drive goes backwards, so he's on to punt it away. And taken right at the 35. A very nice job on the run back there. He'll get 23 yards all told. And the Dolphins will begin this drive in great field position, 1st and 10. Here again comes the captain of this offense leading his crew back out there now. And he's been busy with his feet. He's been quite the scrambling man.
And obviously that can break down a defense. But a lot of it is just that they just get trapped with worrying about it so much that other things break down as well. You know, you break the huddle, and you're not just playing what comes out at you. You're like, oh, God, don't let him outside of the pocket. Don't let him beat us with his legs. And then he starts to beat you other ways.
Now a play fake here on 1st down. And he finds a man on the crossing route. And they'll wind up getting this one all the way down inside the 20. The catch and run, good for 24 yards.
The goal for any offense versus his own defense, find the holes where guys are available and put the ball on the receiver before any defender can step up and fill it.
They did it well there. Perfectly executed crossing route. So from inside the 20, here's 1st and 10 at the 18. He'll drop to throw. Eluding the pressure right. Now he'll pull it down. And he couldn't quite get there. Tackled down at the 1. Able to make something out of nothing there. 17 yards and a 1st down.
Well, that was man coverage. So once he decides to run with the football, there's no one to account for him, and he turns it into a nice gain.
Not going to get through here on try number 1. They stop him at the goal line. Call it no gain, and it's going to be 2nd and goal. Another shot from the 1 on 2nd and goal. Flush to it, and he'll take this into the end zone for a Dolphins touchdown. It's their quarterback with his 2nd touchdown here in this 1st half. And the Dolphins are able to grow their lead. It's up and good, and that'll make the score 21-6. And always a good 1st half when you can hit pay dirt twice.
And it never hurts to have that good feeling as the game moves on. Just think about halftime. If that's all he gets, he'll just sit there at the half and think, all right, 2 already. I can get some more. I can get some more. And he'll be encouraging his offensive line to create some space.
They'll come out throwing here to start the drive. It's a short one here, complete to the tight end. And they work this well upfield across the 45. 23 yards on the play.
It's a gain of 20.
And we've hit the 2-minute mark in this first half of action. Coming up in a couple of minutes, we'll get you to Jonathan Coachman in Orlando. The coach will have stats and scores from earlier today in the NFL. And now a throw on first down there, but it's incomplete. So after the incompletion on first, now 2nd and 10.
2nd and 10.
A throw over the middle taken in. And he's got another first down as he's brought down at the Dolphins' 42. A nice pickup there of 11 yards, and it'll move the sticks. Got a man over the middle, and it's complete.
The pass.
A good pickup there, 21 yards. If you're going to blitz, you're likely going to leave you in man coverage with this guy, and that is less than ideal.
It is, because just about any offense that has an elite receiver, if you blitz and have him in man coverage, you're going to him, even if he has an elite defender on him, because he usually knows where the ball is before the defender does.
The Raiders going to use one of their timeouts as they'll stop it with just over a minute to go before halftime.
18-yard line.
And that'll be incomplete. Took a pretty good shot as he tried to pull that one in. Couldn't hang on, 3rd down.
He did a fine job there of not hitting him before the ball arrived, and I've got to tell you, you can often mistime that play because of the angles of approach. When you're going to get him, sometimes you panic as well and think, I've got to be there right now. Instead, in this case, timed it perfectly and knocked it free.
This is 1st and goal and a golden chance to get a score back here before halftime. They'll stick with the passing game as he looks to throw to the end zone, but it's incomplete. Jalen Reagor was the intended receiver, but it'll be 2nd and goal.
Leads to 2nd and goal.
And he's going to be dropped back at the 15-yard line. Devin White has now recorded 10 sacks on the season. They've been denied touchdowns in the red zone twice already. Here comes 3rd and goal. Throw left side complete. It's Jacobs. And it looks like he'll be just a yard shy of the 5 here as he's out at the 6. A gain of 9, not enough, and it's 4th down.
3-yard attempt.
Sanders' kick is good. And they're hanging around here as the lead's down to 12. So the 3 points here, they're still down, but they put somewhat of a dent into that lead going into the break.
Anything helps when you're trying to chip away at a lead, but they do know that they're going to need a little bit better effort in the second half.
And they will get the first down here as they move into field goal range as well, inside the 25.
4-yard line.
First down Miami as they get set to start the drive. And with time quickly fading here in the second quarter, not sure how aggressively, offensively they want to play this.
I think we'll find out just how much they trust their guys in this situation if they decide to take a shot.
So we come upon halftime in what's a 12-point game at the break. As we send you up to Orlando to check in with Jonathan Coachman at our EA Sports Halftime Report.
Okay, Brandon, thanks very much. Welcome in, everyone, to our EA Sports Halftime Report. Let's get you caught up on what's going on around the NFL. We'll get started up at Lincoln Financial Field in Philly, where you see the final score there. 35-17 was the final. From there, let's head off and check out a second game. And it was the visiting Atlanta Falcons who come in and get the victory. 31-21, the final score. And one more to highlight, a good one on Monday Night Football between the Kansas City Chiefs and the New England Patriots. Meanwhile, in our game, it's been a back-and-forth first half. Who can put it together in the second half? For the answer, we turn it back over to our broadcast team of Brandon Godden and Charles Davis.
All right, Coach, thank you, and we welcome everyone back for quarter number 3. The Dolphins in front, and they'll be in possession of the football first as the second half gets started. Fielded just outside the goal line. And he brings us out past the 20 to the 24.
Over first and 10 at their own 24-yard line.
Out comes the Dolphins now. They'll go on offense first here in this third quarter. They built a good first half lead. Now they have a chance to add on to it.
And what I'm thinking is that the offensive staff...
Now the Raiders have got him. 2nd and 14 as they've got work to do here after the sack.
Taken down back at the 20-yard line.
Off the play fake. He'll look to throw. Nowhere to go here. He lost the football.
The pass. Fumble on the play.
We talk a lot about setting the tone to start the game. Well, you want to start the tone right in the third quarter as well, and nearly lost a football there in their first drive.
And sometimes we overdo it when we talk about halftime adjustments and what teams are going to do. Most of the time, it's just a matter of executing the game plan you brought in. But I'll guarantee you, they didn't draw that play up on the whiteboard at halftime. They're fortunate to retain possession.
And that is incomplete.
Two things you can do in that situation: run and punt the football, or try and take your shot at getting the first down. They chose the latter, but they'll have to punt all the same.
Just a yard return there after a punt of 49. And the Raiders will take over now, 1st and 10. Now out comes their leader and the captain of this offense back onto the field. He's playing pretty well. I don't think it's necessarily him changing up something he's doing, but that O-line, they've got to protect him better.
They do. They've got to make sure that they give him more than enough time in order to find targets downfield. And sometimes what happens when these things are going on is that the field general will step up and say, hey, that's on me, guys. I didn't get rid of it fast enough. Anything to try and relax them a little bit and take some pressure off, because they do know that they are trying.
Yeah, well, we've seen the 4 sacks so far in this contest. 5 yards on the catch there, brings up 2nd down.
It's a gain of 5. Brings up 2nd and 5.
Now this one complete downfield on the left side. And he'll be marked down deep on Miami's side of the field. A big play that time for the Raiders. 52 yards.
Well, partner, I'm not sure how this drive's going to end, but how about the way they flip field position there? A nice attacking play that picked up a heck of a chunk of yardage.
This will be caught at about the 6. And he'll take it into the end zone for a Raider touchdown. A 9-yard touchdown grab. And the Raiders have cut it back to within a score. He was on point throwing the ball right there. He had the big play to get him down close, and then he delivers a touchdown pass on 1st and goal.
And you mentioned the big play that got him down close. I think that big play left him reeling a little bit. They didn't recover from it. And you know, they always talk about having to have a short memory on defense after a big play against you. Looks like their memory was a little too long there.
Dolphins take over 1st and 10 at their own 23-yard line.
Out comes the Miami offensive unit now. They get set to take over. Pretty important third quarter drive for them. Momentum has sort of shifted the other direction after that last touchdown as they nurse this small lead. A good start to the drive here as that's caught out on the left side. And some room to work. And he will take it in for a Dolphins touchdown. Henry runs 77 yards. And the Dolphins add on to their lead.
Well, that is certainly a deflator right there defensively. Their guys just came off of a touchdown drive. They're back in the game, and then bam, they give up a touchdown 1 play later. How about that?
And the momentum, which seemingly had shifted the other direction, thought we might be seeing a comeback. That momentum right back the other way.
Well, that is certainly not complimentary football that we saw right there. The defense is supposed to help their offense, not give up another touchdown.
Extra point splits the uprights, and it gives his guys a 12-point advantage. Fields it in the middle of the end zone. And it'll come out to the 25 as he will not attempt to return.
25 yards.
The Raiders offense now, they trot back out. I guess they have to feel a little gratified to at least get on the board last time, but still work to do.
No doubt about it. I wonder now if they're going to try to increase the urgency a little bit, maybe pump up the pace, maybe go 2 minute. Who knows? Let's see what they decide to do.
And he's brought down after a very nice gain. It'll go as a gain of 25 on a play that started back at the 25. Inside 4 minutes to go, third quarter.
Now, that was a fun one to watch right there. A nice in-breaking route and plenty of room in the middle of the field. And he was able to get behind the linebackers and grab the completion for a really good pickup.
And he is tackled inside the 40, not quite to the 35. 14 yards is the pickup there at a Raider first. Back-to-back good plays have him on the move on first down. From the shotgun, he'll look to throw. Looking left side, and it's complete. And he will score. Touchdown, Las Vegas. And correct me if I'm wrong, that was just a simple fly route, wasn't it?
No, there's nothing to correct at all. You've got it down pat. And I just remember as a player, when I'd be in practice sessions and I'd hear 9 from the receivers, that meant fly route, go, look out. That was the 9, and he just kept going all the way into the end zone for the touchdown.
Now after the touchdown, ready to kick it away is Sanders. Fielded just outside the goal line. And makes it across the 20 as his guys will set up shop at the 23-yard line.
At their own 23-yard line.
Miami set to take over. And following that long touchdown pass, a one-play drive last time, see if the defense, you know they're ready. They don't want that to happen again.
And you would have thought they would have been ready the last time. I mean, that's what you work on all the time. Make sure that no one gets behind you. That's the cardinal sin of defense, not giving up the long pass. They did. Let's see how they adjust. I'm not sure how much more evidence they need, partner, than to understand that if they don't start to slow him down, it's going to be a long afternoon here at the stadium because he is just shredding them at this point. And let's face it, coming into the game, they knew he would be the focal point of their attack. This is going to take an 11-man unit on the defensive side to start making plays.
Second and a yard at the 40.
Second and 1. It's a short one here, complete to his tight end. And he'll be brought down just shy of midfield at the 49-yard line. Back-to-back receptions for him, and it's another first down.
When an offense reads blitz, doesn't matter where it's coming from.
Blitz coming, and down he goes.
The quarterback taken down and sacked.
Man, he got in there so quickly, Charles. What could the offense have done to adjust and account for that?
But what you're hoping is that you figure out and you see and get a clue that maybe there's going to be some pressure coming at you, and you change the blocking schemes. Maybe you go to max protection. The biggest one is maybe you bring your running back in to try and keep you clean. But in that,
and he's going to go down again.
Quarterback sacked.
Brandon, more often than not, you'd say they've had his number, and we can count them up so far. 1, 2, 3, 4 sacks given up. But guess what? He's still been able to make some plays, and right now they have a lead.
Need something from deep in the bag of tricks here after first and second down went backwards. It's third and very long. He completes this into the hands of Miller. And he'll be taken down at the 44-yard line. A heck of a play there on third down, but amazingly, they're still short for fourth.
There's another example what defensive coaches constantly preach, not allowing any run after the catch. They gave up a few more yards than they wanted to, but they were able to get him down quickly and force a fourth down.
Their own 20-yard line.
Here's Las Vegas ready to take the field. Well, things are starting to move in the right direction. They get the touchdown last drive, then their defense gets them the football back.
Yeah, now they have a chance to get the lead if they can put something together here. And I'm eager to see how they decide to do it. They want to be methodical, or do they want to take the big strike and go after it right now?
And he is brought down at the 22 after a gain of 2, and it brings up second down. From the 22, here's second and 8.
Second and 8.
Now a man open down the middle of the field.
The pass.
And he'll get this one way up just shy of the 45-yard line.
A gain of 22 yards. First down, Raiders.
1 quarter remains here on a Sunday night. You are watching the NFL on EA Sports.
23.
They'll look to throw here on first down. Looking left sideline, it's complete. And he is out of bounds, but not before he's inside the 30. A very solid gain of 27. So now 1st and 10 as they've crossed into Miami territory as they're down to the 29-yard line. He'll look to throw. Looking left side, and he's got a man. That's Jacobs. That one good for 10 yards. And it'll be second and very short. And with that last play, he's now up over that 300-yard mark.
And in today's NFL, it almost feels routine. And I hate that when you talk about a 300-yard passing game. To me, 300 yards still signifies excellence, and he's achieved that in this performance.
And that is incomplete. A lot of force bearing down on him there. He could not hang on. It's 3rd down. The Raiders on 3rd down. They've had their troubles. Just 1 for 6. They're looking at 3rd and a few inches. Oh, it's a screen pass. That's complete.
The pass.
And he will lose yardage and be backed up to the 24. 1 score down. Here we go. They're going to go for it here on 4th down. Well, plays like that, Charles, no doubt, they're just going to continue to fuel this crowd.
And this defense is already playing well, but it also feeds on the energy of that crowd that you're talking about, and that takes them up to another level. Right now, they're playing really loose. They've got the lead, and what a nice stop they just made there behind the line of scrimmage.
Going to go down. They sack him back right around the 30. Ed Oliver, that time, the one to get in there and bring him down.
My man, it's been a rough night for that offensive line, and it's only getting rougher. 5 sacks now that they've given up in this contest so far. It feels like the witching hour out here, doesn't it?
Okay, stupid question. What's the witching hour?
Yeah, the witching hour. That's when everything goes haywire late at night.
Pass protection has been a problem all night long as they come up facing 2nd and a bundle. This throw caught left side.
The pass.
A good pickup there, 13 yards as they get closer for 3rd down. An important play right here, 3rd and 10.
And I would expect pressure here.
Looking for his running back, and he's got it. And he's going to come up well shy of the 1st here as the tackle's made right around the 12. He did his best to just get 4 out of that, but not enough. And now 4th down. So they're going to come to the line here, and it appears trying to go for it on 4th. And he is in. Touchdown, Raiders.
Touchdown, Raiders.
A 12-yard touchdown grab. And once again, the Raiders are back out in front.
Conversion.
They'll look to throw again. And this one's caught. And their 4th quarter lead grows by a couple more. So they make the decision. They want a 3-point lead versus a 2-point lead, and they got it.
Yeah, at this stage of the game, it seems like the exact right thing to do. Put a little pressure on your defense, but the biggest thing now is you're making the other team chase you.
And ultimately, he stopped right where he would have been if he had simply gone down to a knee at the 25. The Dolphins offense now working their way back onto the field. And they will be looking to answer the touchdown their defense just surrendered. Still a good chunk of time remaining here in the 4th quarter and a chance to regain the lead in a tight one. And he just gets rid of it, throws it away. The lines move there, look like nobody open, now 2nd down. An incomplete pass leads to 2nd and 10 from the 25. Now they'll run it on the toss. And there is nowhere for him to cut back as he's taken down in the backfield. It'll go as a loss of a yard, so now they deal with 3rd and 11.
We knew both of these safeties were good in run support, but how about the play we just saw there? How about that closing speed? Able to get to the outside part of the field and turn that play into a loss.
Open man is Metcalf. He's got it. And he is going to have the Dolphins 1st down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion. Coming into the week, he's the NFL's leader in receiving yards. There's his first catch, and it's good for a 1st down. Another nice gain. That's now 30 yards between those last two plays.
How many times have we seen this late in the fourth quarter? Because you know the pass rush is getting after him, and they get upfield, get that great push, and what do they create? Space, and he takes off.
Now a nice throw here right side. He hauls it in. And they move this all the way down to the 9. That one good for 37 yards.
That could very well be a defining play in this game. A touchdown, that gives them the lead, and they took a major step towards getting there with that big play right there.
Only way to get the lead here, of course, with a touchdown. And that's what they're gunning for on 1st and goal. And he'll be stopped just outside the 5 at the 6. Give him 3 on the gain there. 2nd and goal.
The 6-yard line. A gain of 3. Brings up 2nd and goal.
He's back to throw. Flushed out right. And he can't get a throw off. He's taken down. What a huge play at this point in the game.
2nd goal, last thing you need to do is get pushed backwards to take a sack. But he couldn't find anywhere to go with the football. Had to eat it and ended up on the ground.
He'll look to throw. Escaping the pressure right. And he can't get a throw away. He's taken down. From the corner, it was Kendall Fuller with a sack.
Well, when this drive began, the offense only needed a field goal. But the defense ramped up the pressure, and after back-to-back sacks, they're feeling confident they might keep them off the board.
That ties the game.
So a big kick to get this back to even. And now the worry is, did you leave too much time on the clock? Because another field goal the other way, that does you in.
You're exactly right. You didn't get it to overtime yet. So now as a defense, you've got to think to yourself, you can't play prevent defense and just give up big chunks of yardage in front of you. But you also can't let anyone behind you. So you sit right on the line between the two, play the best defense you can, and not make it easy for them to move the ball downfield.
They'll try and start this drive in the air. This ball complete to Rager. And he's out of bounds, able to take this one up to the 35.
Rager out of bounds at the 35-yard line. A 7-yard pickup. Brings up 2nd.
Able to get 7 on that first down pass play. 2nd and 3. And this is going to be intercepted. Picked off near the 42. And he's able to take this one back to the 36-yard line. So how about that for a momentum switch?
We're in the 4th quarter, and it's a tie game. You've got to take care of the football here. Now their opportunity to take the lead right out the window, and everything is flipped in the other direction.
Here he is, the man taking the snaps under center, heading out for the next possession. And after the slow start, the numbers show he has really straightened things out. How often sometimes is that you come into a game and the defense is game planned a little differently than you expected?
More often than maybe people realize, so adjustments are often a big part of each and every game, and it's not just getting to halftime. It's series to series to make it work, and being able to hang in there when there's a little adversity early and see them able to flip it around, it's kind of gratifying for a team to watch, especially for a coach.
They'll roll him out right. And this is going to be intercepted. Derwin James with a pick. And the return just out across the 15 to the 16-yard line. Well, they thought they were going to break the tie. The defense had other plans. They were already in field goal range. But boom, an interception.
I don't know if this was a case of being a little bit too greedy with the opportunity to put points on the board. But give credit to the guys on the defensive side. Hung in there, battled, and made a key play.
Now the Dolphins going to burn the first of their timeouts as they get it with 16 seconds remaining on the clock.
Brings up 2nd and 7.
They'll stay on the ground with Jacobs. And it's been like this all night long. Nowhere to run as they stop him behind the line.
At the 17-yard line.
On 3rd down, here comes Jacobs. Now the Dolphins will use the last of their timeouts as they'll stop the clock with 12 seconds to go in the football game. Las Vegas sending out their punter now, standing just outside his own goal line. And this ball is going to be down now right at the 10-yard line. Good spot.
At their own 10-yard line.
The Dolphins at the line ready for their next drive. They'd like to avoid overtime here, so maybe they can work the sidelines, but then defensively, how do they adjust to that if they do work the sideline?
It's the old leverage game, and we usually talk about leverage at the line of scrimmage, right? Who's going to win with the low blocking and everything that goes along with that. But in this case, you're trying as a defender to leverage them towards the middle of the field, not let them get to the sidelines and try and tackle them in bounds in order to run the clock out.
Chess match here late. It's a little teaching moment here. Overtime rules. Remind us how this goes, partner.
Okay, so in the past, we had sudden death. First team to score wins, but no longer. Now, if the team receives the ball, scores a touchdown, they win the game. If they kick a field goal, though, or don't score, the other team gets a possession. And after both teams get a possession, then we're into sudden death. First team to score wins the game.
And they will play it safe here and bring this one out to the 25. The Raider offense set to get this drive started. They're set for their first drive here in overtime, and this is where the crowd can really become a factor.
They've had to battle it all day, but I know what you're saying. In overtime, that gets doubled, doesn't it? At least, because now the crowd really wants to be involved and help their team, and that first drive can dictate the whole thing, because they know if this team takes it downfield and scores a touchdown, it's game over.
It's been loud in here so far. And he'll be marked down deep on Miami's side of the field. A huge play there in overtime. 64 yards. Now the Dolphins are going to take another timeout here. They'll be down to just one remaining as we step aside here in overtime. And not able to break away this time as they're going to stop him right around the line of scrimmage. Behind the chains, 2nd and 13. Going to go down back at the 27-yard line. He's sacked. And Oliver able to record his 5th sack of the season. Probably thinking they got to be careful not to force anything here in overtime. This is 3rd and a mile right now. Throw left side complete. It's Jacobs. And here he'll get it down to the 7. An incredible play there. They do get big yardage, but they're still stopped a yard or two short, and it's 4th down. He's padding his already great numbers here in overtime. More importantly, though, moving his guys downfield.
And I think that's exactly what's going through his head right now. Moving them downfield, putting them in a position to win the game. The stats, that's for the fantasy guys. I know they're enjoying that show.
After the field goal, here comes Sanders to kick it away. And not much happening on the return as he'll get this to about the 23.
At their own 23-yard line.
Out comes the Miami offensive unit now. They get set to take over. The field goal would push it to sudden death. We just saw the field goal on the other end, but I don't think they are thinking field goal. At least not to start this drive. They're not thinking field goal.
Not at all, because your point is well taken. Yeah, kick the field goal, you push it to sudden death, but you're also kicking off and giving the other team the ball with a chance to kick a field goal and beat you. Get the touchdown, finish the game off. That has to be the mindset.
Here's 2nd and 9, just a yard on that last run. Here's a throw. It's complete. And they'll get it all the way up about 5 yards shy of midfield. A gain there of 21 yards.
Miami Dolphins. 1st and 10 at the 45-yard line.
They'll look to throw now on 1st down. Now they set up the screen. That's complete. And taking it across midfield and inside the 45. 11 more on that one and another 1st down.
1st and 10 at the 44-yard line.
Now they'll throw here out of the gun. He's going to let this go. Back of the end zone. And this will be incomplete. Physical play on the football there, and it's 2nd down.
One thing I know from experience is that when the deep ball is thrown and you're the defender, You've got to fight that little bit of panic that emerges. You've got to play the ball really well. It's a 50-50 jump ball play. And guess what? They took a shot. How are you going to win it? And in this case, they managed to get it done.
A gain of 28 yards there and give them a first down. Little OT scramble drill that time, Mr. Davis.
And partner, I can tell you from personal experience, nothing drives a defense crazier than having things covered and the quarterback takes off.
He's going to be sacked back at the 23-yard line.
Quarterback taken down.
Now the offense will burn their third and final timeout. It'll be their second and final timeout, remember, here in overtime. We'll be back. On play action, they'll throw. Letting one go deep for the end zone. And that is incomplete.
After what they faced during this game where they've given up a ton of yards downfield, that has to be a measure of revenge right there for the secondary. They've been shredded throughout the game and finally forced an incompletion.
Out of the gun now on third down. And that will be incomplete.
I usually hesitate when I say a guy's got world-class speed, but this guy might. So let's fire the starter's pistol. Let's go. If you've got him, you've got to try and use him. A lot of anticipation with the ball in the air, but no, incomplete.
Out of the gun, they'll look to throw. That is caught inside the 5. And all the way down inside the 5 to the 4. That, the definition of... And he's into the end zone for the touchdown and the game winner. With you in this one, I got some overtime.